Ever wondered how the internet actually works? From ADSL to fiber optics, LANs to WANs, it's all around us. But do you really understand it? In this video, we break down the key network technologies you use every day, the hidden tools that keep everything connected, and the critical difference between public and private IPs. Stay tuned and discover how to master the essentials of networking like a pro. It's simpler than you think. In this course, we are going to talk about everything related to the internet and the network. We will start by looking at the details of the different internet lines. DSL. The DSL, digital subscriber line, is a digital subscriber line. It is a very popular technology that is used by many homes and even businesses, allowing very quick access to the internet. The DSL line can carry both voice and data. This is a DSL modem that uses the network of telephone lines, which is much faster than our good old 56K modems. So, there are different forms of DSL. We have ADSL, asymmetric digital subscriber line, which is an asymmetric digital subscriber line. That is, downloading data is much faster than sending data. This is what is mainly used in our country as a private individual because it is the cheapest form of DSL. After that, if you want to broadcast live video or send files to the cloud, well, it might be complicated and very slow because it's limited in uploads. Then we have the SDSL, symmetric digital subscriber line, which is a symmetrical digital subscriber line. Here, the download and upload speeds are the same. This type of DSL is rather reserved for companies. And we have VDSL, very high bitrate DSL, which is a very fast form of DSL. It can reach speeds of 50 Mbps on a single copper wire, but on the other hand, it cannot be used over long distances. To achieve this speed, you will have to be very close to the telephone exchange. For long distances, fiber optic cables are preferred. Internet by cable. Another technology to have internet is cable connection. It is a modem connected to a coaxial cable to provide internet services. As with DSL, the cable is also very fast and can also reach speeds of more than 50 Mbps. This type of technology is usually provided by the same cable TV provider. Internet PSTN, Public Switched Telephone Network. Now, let's move on to PSTN. This is a switched telephone network, which is the historical network of fixed telephones. Remember our good old 56K modems, which made a horrible noise before connecting to the internet. It's an obsolete technology because of its slowness. Today, people who have tasted ADSL would not be able to return to a speed of 56K. Internet ISDN. Integrated Services Digital Network. Now, let's move on to the ISDN Digital Network. This is an international standard for digital transmission over traditional telephone lines. To use this type of technology, users had to install ISDN modems. In principle, a standard modem sends data at a speed of 56K, but an ISDN modem can send data up to 128K. This type of modem did not break through too much, because shortly afterwards, ADSL and cable technology arrived. Internet by satellite. Now let's take a look at satellite internet. So, the problem is that satellite communication remains quite expensive, and it's rather reserved in places where there is really no telephony, cable, or ADSL service. As a result, satellite is rarely used. So even if you can reach quite high speeds, whether in upload or download, this technology has quite high latencies. So if you play online games, for example, well, it may disrupt the game. Internet via mobile network. Another method of connecting to the internet is by using mobile hotspots. That is, to use the cellular network to connect wireless devices to the internet. Mobile hotspots can be standalone like 4G keys or directly integrated into your smartphone. The operators in France with a 4G network are Free, Orange, or Bouygues. And in America, it's more Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, and Sprint. Types of networks. We will now move on to the different type of network. That is PAN, LAN, MAN, and WAN. PAN stand for Personal Area Network. The PAN, which is Personal Network. It is a small network that is mainly used to connect Bluetooth devices, such as smartphones, earphones, or external speakers. Typically, PAN networks are used to transfer small files, such as music, photos, etc. LAN stand for Local Area Network. Let's move on to the LAN, which is Local Network. Here, it is a group of equipment, such as computers, servers, printers, etc., which are located in the same building. That is to say, close to each other. The most common type of LAN is the Ethernet LAN. This is there where there are at least two PCs connected using Ethernet cables on a switch. MAN stand for Metropolitan Area Network. Now let's look at the MAN, which is Metropolitan Network. It is a larger network than LAN. That is to say, it extends over several buildings in a city. The MANs are generally connected with optical fiber, IEs, very high speed. WAN stand for Wide Area Network. And we're going to end up with the largest type of network, which is the WAN. It's also called an extended network because it is capable of extending over a large geographical area, such as a country or a continent, and even the whole world. A good example of a wide area network is the Internet. Network tools. Before we finish the course, we're going to talk about the tools we use in the networking world. The network clamp. If you are a network technician, the tool that you have probably used the most is the crimping tool. It is used when you want to manufacture network cables of a custom length. The pliers are used to crimp the RJ connectors on twisted pair cables. To do this, you just have to strip the cable to make the wires fit into the RJ connector, and the pliers will crimp the wires inside the socket. Punch down wrapper. Now we're going to move on to the wrapper, which is a tool that looks like a screwdriver. The rover is a striking tool, allowing threads to be perforated in a ruler. In fact, the idea is to push the thread inside the ruler, which will have the effect of stripping it automatically and cutting off the excess threads. In this way, the connection will be made between the wire and the ruler. Cable testy. Another network tool that we're going to see is the RJ cable tester. After making a cable yourself using the crimping tool, it is best to test the cable from end to end to make sure that the wires are well connected and in the right place. To do this, simply use the cable tester on each end, and you will see if the wires are in the right order and crimped in the RJ plug. Multimeter. Now let's move on to the multimeter, which is a device used to test the current of electrical circuits. It is quite a popular tool, as it is used for many trades, whether for high current or low current. It can measure tension, resistance, the current, and even the continuity of a cable. It can be found in analog or digital versions. The pager. And we're going to end the course with an essential tool, especially for telephone operators. It's the pager, or the sound generator. It is a tool that is used to locate cables from one end to the other. For example, if you are not sure about the continuity of a cable that crosses several rooms, or if it is a mess in your computer bay, then you can use it to find your cable. To do this, simply connect the sound generator to the cable, and with the sound amplifier, you will be able to locate its end very easily.